If you could introduce yourself.
My name is Brett Messer. I play for Infamous.
What do you do for Infamous?
I play sport role on Infamous. Typically, I'm a guy that's relied on to shoot people on the break, and yeah,
How long have you been on the team?
been on the team. This is my sixth season in pro, and I've been on Infamous since day one.
What got you into paintball?
I have a pretty traditional got into paintball story. A friend of a friend bought a Brass Eagle Talon at Walmart, and we were shooting trees in the backyard and all too scared to shoot each other. But that evolves really rapidly. So, before I know it, we're playing in the backyard, and then I drove by a field and saw these airball bunkers, and I wondered what those were. So I Googled it and found out it was a paintball field, and that was in 1999. So yeah, that was the start. Played my first tournament in 2001, and been playing X-Ball since probably 2007. So
So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So you guys finished dead last at World Cup. And then going into the off season, you lose Cody Mikowski, Sean Sosadu, and Harrison Frye. I think the whole world wants to kind of know what happened with Mikowski.
yeah, so Cody's been a professional paintball player for a long time. He's never won a professional X-Ball tournament, as many of us haven't. And so he's trying to make the best decisions for himself to put himself in a position to win one. And I think at this time he felt like doing that outside of the Infamous camp was the best decision for him. And he's somebody I have a lot of respect for. Taught me a lot about the game of paintball and life, and somebody I consider a close personal friend. So I don't fault him for making that decision. I understand why people need to change sometimes, and I think our team's stronger now too. And it's not that somebody's better than Cody. It's just that sometimes change is a good thing for people.
So, of your new pickups, bid challengers, Sam Silberg and Mr. Joe, who do you think fills that Cody Mikowski role?
Uh, Probably an interesting answer to that question. I think I fill that role a lot, just based on the way Cody plays and the way I play and the way our three new guys play. I think out of our three new guys, I think I would say Joe would fill that role. But Joe has kind of evolved into more of an attacking type of player over the last couple of years, playing under Mike Hinman, and so he's really really eager to go forward and up the middle of the field to get kills. And Cody wasn't really that type of player. Cody's more of like a field captain, wants to have control of the field and be in a position where he can communicate easily, and that's similar to what I do. But of the three guys, definitely Joe.
And then Sean Sostu, what was the story behind his departure to Revo?
That was a situation when Revo made him an offer. We didn't pursue keeping him on the team. We felt like it was an amicable divorce, just in the sense of a fit on the field. Shorty, as we call him, is an amazing paintball player. He's somebody that you love to have on your team, and he's a really great guy off the field, somebody that you enjoy spending time with. It just, in terms of on-field fit, the way the communication works, the dynamics work, he thought Revo would be a good fit, and we thought so too.
And then we get to Harrison Frye. What was his departure?
The Harrison departure was an interesting one for us. It came up late in the season, so as many people know, the off season this year between 2022 and 2023 was a very interesting one, and it just got more interesting when we were starting to hear rumors in February or late January that Harrison was probably going to Dynasty. And, unfortunately, I found out about that from a lot of people that weren't named Harrison. And so, given my relationship with Harrison, that wasn't awesome. So just a situation we had to deal with a little late, and so that creates some additional waves because now we're trying to pick up guys late, and so it just. But this was a really weird off season in paintball, and teams are just making the moves that they thought they needed to make to keep their team hoisting trophies on Sunday, and so that's the business of paintball.
You say you found out through a lot of people not named Harrison, and it kind of bothered you given your relationship. What was more significant about your relationship with him than, say, Callie Rudolph?
I've known Harrison for about 15 years. I picked him up for his first X-Ball team at an open tryout in 2007 at Boston Paintball on a team I ran in the NXL called Cicero Storm. And so, Harrison and I have been on a number of teams together over the years, and I was really instrumental in bringing him on to Infamous. We were roommates when we were on the team, and somebody who is a close personal friend of mine, always will be. This situation doesn't change that, but I started hearing through the grapevine that he was leaving. I have D4 players from New England texting me saying, is Harrison really going to Dynasty? And it was hurtful to hear about it that way. I didn't even have an answer for these people, so I didn't love that, and so I'm mad at him right now. But he's my brother, and I'll get over it. And
such a sports.
Yeah, it's sports. Been doing it a long time, and like I said, we've been on other teams before, and we parted ways before, and he's still one of my best friends. So
pickups of Joe, Ben Challenger, and Sam. How do you think that changes the dynamic for Infamous to poise themselves to maybe win a professional tournament in the NXL? I mean, because the closest you guys have done is second, correct?
Correct. The only person on our current roster that's won a tournament is Callie. And so our current roster is really, really hungry. And so a few veteran guys departed, and we brought in some younger guys, and there seems to be a rejuvenated hunger and a drive to win, and really doing the little things and holding each other accountable. And it's not that we weren't doing that before, but it's just a different look, a different approach.
How do you feel as a back center man, a quarterback, only getting 1 week on the layout now?
I tend to start out pretty decent on new layouts just because, as somebody who tries to shoot and kill someone on the break, it's easy enough to figure out a way to do that, and sometimes layouts can get more challenging as they go, and sometimes layouts get easier as they go. I think one thing that's gotten more challenging about this layout as we went is people are finding more bounce shots, especially in back center. It's great to shoot there on the break, and then you got bounce shots coming in from both directions, and it really depends what your team's strategy is on what you're going to do, where you're going to go. But love the field. I think very dynamic. It can be slow, it can be fast, and it would be really interesting to see how the top teams play this one.
How do you think the field plays to Infamous advantage or disadvantage? I've heard you guys talking throughout the week that you think it's going to start off fast and then get slow as teams start to lock in their seeds going into Sunday. What's your thoughts? How do you predict the prelims going for Infamous?
We definitely have a grinder of a prelim bracket. So we have Russian Legion, we have X Factor, we have Dynasty. So for all intents and purposes, we have a Sunday prelim bracket, and that happens. So we have a battle rate from the outset, and we definitely have a history and a track record for being a smash mouth team that wins breakouts, and I think this tournament's not going to be any different. We have a play caller in Travis that's somebody who's been around the game at a high level for 20 plus years, and he puts us in a position to win, and then it comes down to us as players to then execute on the mid game and the close to win the tournament. And so that's, I think, what it's going to come down to, is if this new group of guys can put it together on the field and execute like a squad that's been playing together for years, then we'll be in a good position.
Is there anything you think you have to worry about as a player going into this layout?
Personally, as a player, I'm trying to earn playing time. So the last couple of seasons, I've had less than I want, and I've been working extremely hard on the things I need to do to make sure that I have a spot in our team's rotation. So And I'll continue to do that work, continue to master the layout. And personally, I know that I need to shoot people on the break, and that's how I'll earn my reps. And then I need to get into the attack, and so I'm figuring out how and where I can do that and be the most effective with my teammates, and also just be a leader and a captain on the field. Obviously, playing the game at this level, you requires somebody or multiple people to have a big voice on the field and to pull the communication together. And definitely plan to fill that role, and that'll be the most key part of this layout for me for our team.
With Cody stepping away, though, I mean, you have you and Joe Barrett. I mean, and Callie can play the three, but I've noticed Callie plays a lot more of an insert role. I mean, who's there really? I mean, I feel with Cody Mikowski leaving, that frees up a lot more play time for you. So it's more of a step up versus earning the play time. Like, I feel like you just have to get spun into it at this point. I mean, as a fan and as a viewer and someone who records paintball avidly, if I was comparing to my first season working for Infamous, my second season even still filming y'all, I was working for Lone Wolf, now working for Lone Wolf. Most of the time, if you weren't on the field, it's because it was like a Cody Callie combo. And now, in this practice, I see a lot of a you Callie combo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some people have definitely questioned why I would stay on a team where I don't have a clear path to a starting role playing behind somebody. And I'm a team guy, loyal guy, and I didn't mind, being the third guy, being the bench guy, coming off the bench. And I understand that some people don't get that, and that's okay. So I guess in a sense, I kind of awaited my time and I put in the work. So hopefully that shows this event. And that's really all. I'm ready for the opportunity, and definitely plan to make the most of it.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Really excited about this new Voltanium paintball that we have, ProShar Infamous collaboration. It's absolutely lights out. It shoots so straight, it marks so well, and just incredibly excited to play the tournament with it. It's absolutely amazing.
Who came up with the word Voltanium?
I think that's a Travis.
Travis?
Yeah, I mean, he's like a marketing master, so that's...
I like it. I'm just Voltanium.
Yeah, so Volt's like our color. The green color, it's like a yellow hue. It's Volt. So, the Voltanium. It's and honestly, the color of the paint is kind of like the same as the Infamous color. It's got a lot of the like fill color in it, so it's not like watery. You can really see it. Marks good. And the shell, like everyone knows that ProShar shoots really straight, breaks really well. So you really get all that, and now it just breaks and looks amazing. And so it was great at practice the last 2 weekends. We're really just amazed to have it, and so we have same paintballs at the tournament, and here we go.
Well, hopefully I don't get shot by too much Voltanium, but it's. I hope it breaks as bright as you say, because it'll look awesome on film.
There we go.
So I'm excited to see more bright paint. Well, good luck.
Thank you.